Hi, I'm Ashezi, a rap variety VTuber who's been streaming since all the way back March 2021, and actually today is my 5-year anniversary. And there are many times that people have asked for my advice during my journey as early as my first year, so that got me thinking, what would happen if I started a whole new VTuber account and persona totally isolated from my regular audience? Meet Ashentine, a VTuber who just debuted December 7th, 2025, and who has already 2,000 followers and growing as of today. And this VTuber is also me! Crazy, right? I had this idea for a while and wondered how using my previous experience I would grow differently. From all my past mistakes and regrets, what if I fine-tuned myself to show more of my potential? Let's face it, after 5 years, I got comfortable. But I wasn't satisfied because I knew I could do better. Not to mention 2025 was a terrible year for me, so I was kind of going through it and it actually really affected my streaming. So today, I'm going to explain and show you aspiring VTubers the steps that I took as my alternate identity, and who knows, maybe you'll reach the same or better results. Planning stage. This is basic information. Things like, what kind of content creator do you want to be? Will you be a variety streamer or stick to a certain niche? What do you want your VTuber to look like and represent, as well as where are you going to gain your main audience from? In the next bullets, I'm going to go over my past experience and what I learned from my shoes, as well as what I did to make a different result happen. Let's talk platform. When I started VTubing, I streamed 3 years straight, 5 days a week without fail on Twitch. It was my main platform, and I believe it's the easiest one to get started as a creator, VTuber or not. The audience on Twitch also understands streaming norms. Remember this will come up very soon. After 3 years, I started to use YouTube more than just posting singing covers. I streamed certain days on YouTube and then I kind of popped off on it so much to a point where it made sense in my brain to fully switch platforms. On YouTube, I could stream and the VOD would save, and I could also post videos and have passive views and subscribers if a video did well. The problem with streaming solely on YouTube, though, is that it lacks streaming culture and etiquette. If you're a big corporate streamer, then the culture and etiquette is there, but not to the general public. Sometimes there's just certain chatters that'll come in just to rage bait, or role players role-playing as Ronald McDonald, or a Genshin character can come in. And sometimes it's funny the first few times, maybe like 1 or 2, but after a while, you end up fake smiling and wondering how to really engage with those viewers. The worst case I see are younger 12-year-old viewers who announce every single thing that they're doing, and then on a different device and account interact with each other as if they're siblings. And it sounds crazy. Like, how do you know that? Like, if you see it enough, you can just tell that those accounts aren't a real person. For example, take this video from Kenji where someone created fake drama for clout, and we're role-playing as a brother messaging Kenji screenshots where he even states he could tell after a while that the brother wasn't even real.
A bunch of comments, bunch of likes, and they were like, oh, I'm a tier 3 sub, I got banned for no reason. So for like 3 days straight, I'm trying to just give him a refund. I'm like, dude, just give me receipts, give me the refund. I unbanned everybody from 2026 to 2025, dude. Okay, whole time I'm like, dude, you know this is a lie, like you could just tell me. So the whole time for the next 3 days, I'm trying to talk to the brother. I'm putting air quotes. I still feel, dude, I feel like they're like the same person or some shit. I don't know. There's something off about it. I still think there's something deeper. And she goes, Kenji, oh my God, the picture they sent of the death threat, that's the brother's profile picture. Bro. But like, how do I sound normal talking about it, you know? Like, there's no way I can structure that in a normal, like a non-chronically online way, because it's like, what the what's that? What just happened, bro?
It's crazy out here. I don't know why people do this. It's so cringe. Stop. YouTube's such a big platform for casual viewers everywhere that they just don't understand how to really chat with a streamer, which sucks and makes it hard for the streamer to go along with it. If you want to stream and you aren't doing what's in the title of your stream, then that's a huge turnoff for YouTube chat. When they come into a stream about playing Mario 64 and see just a character chatting on screen, they're going to ask, what's going on here? And when will the game start? Because at the end of the day, these casual viewers aren't here for you. They just want to watch the game. No matter what, there will be people that just join sometimes and totally disregard when you tell them that the game will start soon. We're just catching up right now, because it's not the same as a YouTube video that just jumps straight to the point. This norm is different than Twitch. It's very normal to start a stream with the creator chatting with chat for about an hour or so because those viewers are interested in the fresh new meat. Not to mention key features from Twitch aren't easily applicable in YouTube. Even setting up a YouTube chat is a hassle when it comes super easy from the Twitch side. Streamers have to be creative and savvy to come up with things in their streams. When I jumped from Twitch to YouTube, I had such a hard time setting up, and it's the same for other friends of mine. But did I regret doing this jump? I don't really regret it. It just sucked that my Twitch audience didn't follow me to YouTube, but starting anew, I figured it out and learned how to be creative with the limitations more than I would on Twitch. YouTube taught me to not just come up with a game to stream, but an idea to hook viewers. While I don't recommend new VTubers to solely base themselves on YouTube because of the lack of streaming culture and limitations and isolation from each VTuber, I would like to note that it's not a bad way to start off. Now, here's what I did with Ashentine. On Ashentine, I chose to stream exclusively on Twitch at first, and chose to stream 2 days of the week on Twitch. 2 days out of the week seems crazy, but hear me out. I wasn't only streaming on Twitch. I was making sure to make content on other platforms I selected based off of those Twitch streams. What new VTubers need to understand, and I'm sure a majority do that now, is that only hitting go live on one platform just isn't the way to grow anymore. I have a very bad time promoting myself, and that's where I failed on my main account. Making sure to post at least one short form video to YouTube can help way more than you think. You can easily take a clip from stream and turn it into a short. If no one clipped during the streams, don't worry. Just go back after stream to times you thought were fun. It's annoying digging through the past at first, but until you get like an audience member that loves to clip, you're going to have to put some effort, you know? If you're confident at the beginning, you could also try to edit videos as well, not just shorts. It can be as simple as cutting down a VOD and adding some edits every so often, or just a super cut of an RPG. Having a video on the channel helps immensely because you never know when YouTube will decide to push it out into the world. Here's a helpful tip I did on Ashentine. Every so often, I did a karaoke portion of the stream. The easiest way if you're a musically talented VTuber to make shorts or TikToks is just to post about a minute worth of a song as your clip. Very straightforward, no effort at all. Any longer than a minute will affect certain songs though, so I suggest making sure it's under a minute. Another tip is dual streaming. Dual streaming has become more popular in the creator sphere as a way for everyone to watch. I personally love it, even though Ashentine is much more Twitch focused on stream. It does allow for YouTubers to chat, and the VOD will permanently stay on YouTube, as Twitch VODs don't last forever. Content creation. Picking out what you want to do is either the easiest thing ever or the hardest choice you'll face. I had much trouble trying to figure out what I wanted, but I'm the type of person who has many interests and not one specific niche. If you don't know what a niche is, it's creating something for a select group of people. For example, my partner, Power Guy, is a retro gaming VTuber who mostly streams Mega Man related content. He has the retro niche, but delved even more into the Mega Man being his main shtick, so his community is full of Mega Man fans. When you pick a niche, pick something you're passionate about. Cooking, a certain video game series, hauls, art, the list is endless. My main problem is I have nothing I'm super into. I have phases of interest. One moment I'm super into trading cards, the next I'm watching vloggers and planning my dream Disney trip. My interests are all over, so it's harder for me to pick one. That's why, in both Ashezi and Ashentine, I became a variety VTuber. It's not bad. A lot of VTubers do whatever, but like, I will say, if you do this, you really have to sell to a viewer that you are interesting. You need to make sure that they're inclined to come back and watch whenever you're not playing their favorite series or just yapping or not just singing. I have a routine I go through. For a typical Ashentine stream that I took inspiration from Queso and Chibidoki. The golden time of a stream is 4 hours, if you have the stamina for it. Take the first hour to chat with everyone. This gives time for viewers to come in. After that, start your game. I tend to do one-off games, where I play a game for just that stream with like a purpose, like revisiting nostalgic games for a little bit, or playing a silly challenge or a short game. Why do I do this? I found that starting a long series will drop your viewership. At first, many people will watch, and then it gets fewer the longer it takes. Not to mention some games, like certain RPGs, tend to take a while to grind in. And as much as I love RPGs, it's a nightmare for me to stream and be entertaining about it. If you're starting out, I would discourage long RPG series unless you are a huge fan of a certain series. If that's what you're most passionate about, or your niche is in fantasy games, so that's what you do, then you're in luck. Also, it helps that doing shorter games makes it easier to make videos about the streams from it. Anyway, I'll play a short game, and if I end up finishing a bit earlier than I thought, I will transition and do karaoke, as I'm known to be musical. And that's my routine for Ashentine streams. Vtuber model. When I first became a Vtuber, I came up with a design, and I commissioned my Ashezi model, but I didn't want to wait to start streaming. So I tried making a Vroid, but that was too confusing to me at the time. I tried to make my own model before I commissioned the Ashezi model, but I couldn't figure out Live 2D. It's hard. So instead, I made a PNG tuber. Simple open mouth, closed mouth VTuber. And I streamed like that until I finally got my main model. Back when I started, I was super excited to start out in the VTuber scene that I had just discovered. And when I found an art mama, I decided to check out the VTuber siblings and engage with them in their streams. I was a little cringe thinking back on it, but doing that, my VTuber siblings would shout me out and send people my way or right into me. I gained a nice little following early on because of that. I hadn't even gotten my VTuber model yet. Promotion! Promotion is key! Remember! I have noticed that in this day and age, finding VTubers is challenging. Back in 2021 era, it felt more easy to reach out to people. People on Twitter following you were legit VTubers. But I noticed that in 2026, that isn't the case anymore. I feel like VTubing is a bit distant. I'm not going out of my way to engage though, so maybe that's my problem. However, on the Twitter side, a good majority of my followers are pre-debut VTubers with fake stolen commissions claiming to be a graphic artist. Yay! It's so sad. There's just no sense of community. I'm so happy that when I started, there was so much to discover on Twitter with fellow VTubers, and my feed reflects that even today. But on my Ashentine feed, I'm not inclined to tweet at all because I'm just shouting to an empty void. When I created Ashentine, I wanted to be as low cost effective as possible. The VTuber market is booming with super expensive models. Mind you, my model that I had in 2021 cost $450 for a full body. The one you're looking at right now. I never had a 2.0, this is my 1.0. But in turn, there's now so many pre-made models as well as customizable models that are super affordable. Anyone can be a VTuber today if they wanted. Not only that, if you want to commission someone your original design, you can start with a custom PNG, and they look way cooler nowadays. Like, look at that! For Ashentine, I found my art mama, I'm Kyoki, on VGen. They have a lot of VTuber pre-made models, as well as high quality ones, so I looked at their stuff and found this blue idol girl. I took into account how my voice sounded and realized that talking with this idol girl would fit naturally. If you don't know, I'm non-binary IRL, so my Rat King model, I wanted to reflect that. However, my voice isn't the most masculine sounding, and many times people would often misgender my Ratsona. For Ashentine, I knew that being just a cute girl would match my voice, as well as give me a better chance to be discovered in the VTubing community, because, like, you know what they say. You know what they say. And I want to tell you, it's true! It is definitely easier to be a girl than it is to be a guy, but I want everyone to know that it's even worse to be a non-binary. It's even worse to be a non-binary VTuber. Worse than being a male. I'm struggling. But not to mention, Ashentine, I spent $13 on her. Yes. $13. For $13, I got a high quality model with expressions, 2 pieces of free art, and backgrounds to use for streaming. The other pre-made models that Kyoki had didn't have those. So it was just too good of a steal, like too good. When I got this model, I would like to reiterate that I did this for a challenge, so I didn't come up with a design idea. You want to choose a VTuber design that reflects you. Are you a role player? Do you want to look akin to you? Do you want to match the aesthetic of your future content? It's all into consideration. For me, I built my world around this VTuber design. She looked like a VTuber with a winter scheme and an idol, so I made sure to have her be that. I made the mascot tinies be little penguins and so on. I'm sure you're super excited by all this information. I'm sure that you want to know what the results were for doing all of this. The key, my dear viewer, is consistency. My main goal in Ashentine was to stick to a schedule, produce content, and create a community. I started off rather strong from shorts posting. What really propelled my channel was a video I made. Vtuber debut. You know it, you love it. Vtuber debut. A lot of people make this out to be a big deal. And it could be if given the right resources, but I'm here to say that it is not that important. It's a great way to promote yourself, especially if you're debuting a finished model. However, after the hype of a debut falls down, your viewership goes down as well. Debuts, in my eyes, only work in good cases for established VTuber companies because they're actually showing off new talents to an established community. They're actually debuting, like, yo, look at this new VTuber, part of our already big VTuber thing. Showing yourself off to no community is actually just really tough. A lot of VTubers will save for an expensive debut, but you aren't always guaranteed to have an audience there. I took inspiration from Kairyu Croc for my debut. What she did was make a video. Just a simple debut video. I did the same and boom, 2,000 views. And what I noticed was while live, people would come in and say, "Hi, I saw your video and came to check you out," or "I love your model," etc. A video debut is short, inexpensive, and people who are interested will seek out your main platform to catch you live. People love my first video or introduction video on YouTube. Plus, you won't have debut scuff. You have time to edit, make it your own. I highly suggest new VTubers to make a debut video. If not, a debut highlight from the debut live stream that you did, because either one would work. And as you must know, on Ashezi, I did a sort of debut. Sort of because I had come back from a vacation the day of and pieced together my debut with slides for my new model, and it was cringe, and my friend was in my room at the time, so I was awkward, and no one was at my debut, and maybe if I promoted better, I would have more, but I was tired after a 17-hour ride back home. But I'm a little different, so I'm sorry. So what happened next? I daily posted for 2 months straight on YouTube Shorts, which was key. The best outreach at the moment is there. And lo and behold, at 2 months, I reached 2K subs on YouTube. To put into perspective, it took me 3 years to reach 900 on Twitch before I switched to YouTube, and about a year for me to reach 2K on YouTube. 2K subs in 2 months is crazy. Had I kept going, I would be at 3K right now, but I did hit a rung in my life and stopped daily posting. Now I post every so often and still do good. VTubing in 2026 is easier than ever. There are many tools and resources VTubers can go back to. From pre-made models to animated PNGs to YouTube help videos, it just keeps evolving. So I want to tell you, viewer, to never give up. The side quests I started 5 years ago, I would have never imagined the type of life it would make me have, so I'm very grateful. And now I have an announcement. I've decided that I will be rebranding into Ashentine effective today, my 5-year anniversary. I know. But as I was doing this idea and streaming as a new persona, I realized something about myself. I was having fun. Starting over anew, just having fun figuring it out. It felt like I had just entered a VTuber agency, and I was now streaming in a new world and hiding my past one as best as I could manage. And I loved it. I loved the feeling, even though at the end of the day, I'm still just an indie. So my Dweller community, I am sure you're thinking, what now? Well, my Ashezi brand isn't going away. As some of you know, I am an artist, and Ashezi Rat is my main place for art and conventions and commissions, so effective today, I'll be using this channel, Ashezi Conchi. I'm probably gonna change the name, but I'll be using this channel for art content. All of my past videos will stay on the channel to look back to, but I'll be focused on things like art story times, drawing stories, art shorts, even art live streams. So I'm still gonna be going live and I'm still gonna be using this model, so don't worry. I know I made a YouTube channel for that already, but I realized it'd be easier to repost my only 2 videos from there onto here and just delete the channel so it's just all in one place. It's easier that way. So yeah. And Dwellers, you are more than welcome to go to Ashentine streams. It's still me, just in a different font. So I'll keep you all updated over in Discord on what happens next. But thank you all for watching my journey as I continue to expand and grow. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.